Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a makeup look. I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do yet as far as my eyes are concerned, but it's gonna be like a very basic look. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my awful skin. So I'm gonna be using a lot of stuff that I've never used before, and also some oldies but goodies that I swear by. So stick around. I'm also gonna be talking about I guess a very uncomfortable topic for most people, the topic of fear, and sort of letting you guys know like how I've managed to like overcome some of it, and just where I'm at now. So it's more of like a chit chatty get ready with me video, and along the way I'll let you know how I feel about the products, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So I'm going in with my Professional. This is just like a primer that I put right here. Today, what I'm going to be using that's new. Today, I'm going to be going in with the It Cosmetics CC Cream. This is a product that I've loved. I owned one before, but the shade wasn't right for me. I still don't think there are enough shades for darker toned people. So hopefully, more comes out soon. And I am going to be mixing that. I really like the more natural finish look. I like for my skin to look like skin. So what I'm going to be doing is mixing that with my favorite SmashBox Studio Skin 15-hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I'm going to mix those. And yeah, I'm going to try to cover up these nuisances. And honestly, because of how bad my skin is doing, like you can tell that literally that layer did nothing. It just doesn't cover anything. And I get it. It's not supposed to really, because none of these are really supposed to be full coverage. So I have to go in now with my trusted Born This Way Too Faced Concealer. And I'm just going to dot this on the spots that need the most coverage. Oh, I'm just making sure it's the right color. I am going to now go to my beauty blender, which don't judge me for it. It needs changing, and it's also not really clean right now. But I'm just gonna pounce that like into my skin. You see, like instantly gives me a lot more coverage and the type of coverage that I need right now. So once I feel like I've covered all this ish away, I am going to go in now under my eyes. I don't have like dark under eyes or anything, but I still like to go in and just cover up whatever issues is going on. And I'm using this because I find that it's very hydrating, and I just allow it to dry down a little bit before I start really blending it out. While that dries down, I'm going to go in with a new product that I want to try, if I can find it. This is the It Cosmetics Brow Power. I am going to go in and try to use this. This is, to me, a very difficult product, at least last night when I was trying to test it out on my hand. Like, it's very, like, I almost feel like you have to like press it in really hard for anything to like show. It's like I'm like pressing it in. I don't like stuff like that generally. I like stuff that's, I guess, easier to work with. But I'm just gonna give it a go. Maybe it'll work for me. We'll see. Now that I'm applying it, I don't know, the color is nice, and so is the texture. Because it's not overpowering. I kind of like the little tug that it's giving me. See, so that's why sometimes you have to actually like try the stuff before you make a judgment, because of course I'm gonna have to clean this up. I'm probably also gonna go in with some Anastasia brow pomade. I am gonna do my brows a little bit different today, just to just to make them a little bit more like of a focal point, because generally I don't. I like to maintain like a natural look with my brows. You see that? It's not bad, is it? Okay, next one. All the while, don't get scared, the concealer is still dry. What's going on? Ooh. Okay, we gotta be careful with that. Nice, I actually really do like it. Yeah, I actually really do like it. I think that went on pretty well. Now I'm gonna turn to my Anastasia. This is the brow pomade, and I am just going to use an Equal Tools brush. Just pull it through to make it a little darker, and to also close the gaps in places where I would not have really gone in with the Brow Power pencil. And it's okay if you get it a little bit, like if it's not perfect, because I'm gonna go over that and clean it up with concealer after. The whole thing is to just make sure that you have the shape that you want, and that they look as even as you could potentially get them. Okay, so now that these are pretty cleaned up, I'm gonna go in and blend my under eye out and also clean up the brows. I want to talk a little bit about fair, like I told you guys. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What has fair ever stopped you guys from doing? Like, think on that for a moment, like a serious moment. What has it ever really stopped you from doing? I feel like for me, fair has essentially stopped me from living like my best life. And I know that might sound a little bit strange, but the reason I can talk about it now is because I had said, like, in 2020, I was not going to let fear take over. I was just not going to give it a chance. You know, I was going to go ahead and just live, right? I found that at every juncture that I needed to make a decision, it was dictated by fear. So let's say, for example, even like starting this YouTube channel, this is something that I wanted to do for like 2 years. But the fear of judgment, you know, just general fear that I guess I'm not supposed to have, has caused me to not do it. And the reality is that why not? Why not? Why not do something that you're passionate about? Why not do something that you want to do? I've been doing makeup since I was 17 years old. I did my first bridal party at 18. Like, I've been cooking since I was 10 years old. I've been driving to school at 15. Like, why not? All the things that have always been a part of me, why am I suppressing trying to live it out in the way that I want to? And I'm speaking specifically about the channel. Why am I going to not do it because I fear like people judging me? Oh, she can't talk on camera, or oh, she has an accent, or oh, you know, she has pimples. Whatever it is, like, why am I fearful? So in 2020, I said a big FU to fear. And I was talking to one of my closest friends the other day, and she said, bitch, it's 2020, F fear. Why not do what you've always been passionate about? And she's known me since I was 11 years old. So she's seen, like, she knows. So she's like, this is something that I've been urging you to do now for years. Like, why not do it? But I'm also that person that if I'm doing something, I want to do it properly. And sometimes it's just all about like timing. And so even though I wanted to do it for 2 years, the timing of it wasn't ever perfect. But then I figured out that you have to, it's never going to be a perfect time. Like, you just have to do it. Another thing that fear has made me do was, for me, I realized that I was very consumed with having a certain image of me out there. So I wanted to be that girl that had it all and, did it all. So I wanted to be very educated. I wanted, to remain looking good for as long as I could. I wanted to be able to hang with the guys. I wanted to play sports. I wanted to be, a close friend. I wanted to be the best child. Like, I just wanted to have it all. And I realized that in trying to have all that, certain things, I would do certain things to kind of fit the image that I wanted. So, for example, I did a master's degree. I barely put it into practice. It is something that I love and I enjoy, which is, counseling and being a therapist and stuff like that. But the reality of the situation is that I haven't been practicing in the field that I went out, spent all this money to get qualified in. That's not what I ended up doing. And a friend of mine way back in the day when I was about to start my master's said to me, you need to stop at your first degree and you need to figure out what you want to do in life and then align yourself educationally towards that. And I was so sure that I wanted to be a psychologist. And I mean, I can't tell you, I love being, I love being that shoulder that people can come and cry on. I love, giving advice. I love listening. I love sharing experiences. I love talking to people. But I have other passions. And when I was growing up, hair and makeup and stuff like that was frowned upon. If you were like, a hairdresser, it was not cool. And I also grew up in a time where I thought, working on Saturdays or, and Sundays meant that you were not good enough. I don't even know how to explain it. But as I got older and I saw how talented these people were, and I saw that a lot of the successful people out there do not even have a college degree. It started to shift my perspective and put a lot in place for me. So I just stopped now letting fear of anything, fear of failure. That's another thing that prevented me from wanting to start the YouTube channel. I just wanted to stop preventing myself from living and doing what I wanted to do because of fear, right? The only thing now that I'm fearful of that I probably wouldn't do, because now I'm 32 and I'm more aware of my mortality than I ever was, is things like roller coasters. Like, I cannot and I refuse to. A couple of years ago, I went to visit one of my friends in St. Kitts, and we went to do zip lining, and it literally took me 45 minutes. The zip lining, I think it was like 1,000 meters high and like 900 meters long or something like that. But whatever it was, it took me forever, like 45 minutes of people like talking me through and just making me so comfortable with doing this crap. I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Like, if I go, I'm going to die. And then, like, I just did it. I don't even know what triggered. It was probably I was pushed. I don't know. Maybe they pushed me. But whatever it was, when I was in the motion of doing it, I felt so liberated. I felt like nothing. Like, it was just, why was I freaking out? Why was I freaking out? And today I just wanted to get on here and talk while doing my makeup, which is not happening because I'm actually not doing the makeup. But I just wanted to talk and just open up and let you guys get to know me a little bit better. And I will do a lot more of these videos because I think it's important to open up and share experiences and stuff like that. So if you guys like these types of videos, if you guys want to hear more about me, comment below. Yeah, so I was just reflecting today, and I figured As opposed to just coming and doing a tutorial, I would just open up to you guys a little bit about me and where I am, you know. I moved to a different oh, my lips are like trash right now. Hold on. Sorry. I moved to a different country 3 years ago, and so I moved from Barbados to Canada. I live in Toronto now, and it's really just opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. It's like I just have a different perspective on everything. So, you know, because of that, I'm just like, F it, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. So back to the makeup now. Today, I am gonna try out this Tom Ford concealer. It's the Emotion Proof Concealer. They are also lacking shades. This shit is so expensive. Like, using it almost feels like this should just be a collector's item. I should just put this right here and like not ever use it. Okay, so right off the bat, I would say that the texture it's very watery. Coverage looks like it could be full, but I don't. Let's see, what does it say? Emotion proof. So if I cry with this on, like, it's supposed to hold up. That's what you're saying, Tom Ford. Like, that's what you're saying. You're saying that regardless of the elements coming down my face, this is supposed to hold up. Okay, let's see. To blend this out, I will, just because it looks like that, I will go in with a brush to start. I haven't really watched any reviews or anything like that, which I probably should have, but sometimes I don't like to. I like to figure products out on my own, just because I feel like it just helps me better. So I'm actually just gonna go in with a brush and not a beauty blender, because I don't want it to remove the product, because it's so expensive. Like, I want to keep as much of it. I don't want to apply too much of it, is what I should say. So I'm just gonna push it all the way in, and I'm testing it on top of another concealer, which ideally shouldn't be a problem. I just wanted to put it right here. I'm just gonna let that dry down a little bit. While that is drying, I'm gonna clean up these brows. To clean up my brows, I am going to go in with this little brush right here. What concealer am I gonna? Actually, I'm just gonna go back in with the Born This Way one. Yeah, the Tom Ford one is a little bit more watery than the Born This Way, which means it's a little bit more sheer. I can't see it giving the coverage that Born This Way is gonna give. Also, you guys, like, I'm gonna probably do a separate video for this, because I think communication is literally the downfall of human beings. Like, seriously, like, a lot of us don't know how to communicate. I was having a conversation last night, and the truth is that a lot of our issues happen because we just don't know how, or we feel like if we communicate and if we're vulnerable towards people, it makes us look weak. I actually think it's the other way around. I think it takes a lot to, you know, express yourself in the way that you probably should. And I think as well, it shows the person that you value them in a way that, you know, in the way that you do. So if it's somebody that you really value and you really want to maintain like a kind of a relationship with, communication is going to be your best friend. Like, seriously. In my household, like, we have been working on our communication skills. We're good with talking, but sometimes what we want to get across and what we actually do get across are two different things, either by facial expression or tone or anything like that. What we actually do get across is quite different to what we are saying. Yeah, I'm gonna do a separate video on how to communicate with friends, partners. As humans, and we have like such close relationships, we're gonna have issues. Like, we are going to have issues with each other, and we just need to figure it out. What I've found is that good communication can save so many relationships. It could And when I say relationships, I don't mean only romantic relationships, but I mean like friendships as well. You know, and I have some of those experiences that I've gone for a really long time without talking to somebody, because we just had a like a, I don't know, a falling out or like a misunderstanding or something, and it not being dealt with by them or me, communicating in the best way. So I'll do comment below and let me know if you want to hear a video about that. I actually think that's going to be pretty interesting. So I'm cleaning up the brows and it's taking me 100 years because I'm yapping. This is why like I can't be on the phone and do my makeup and stuff, because I cannot multitask. I will move on to blending this out. Now I've had this sitting here for a really long time. It's not drying down. Maybe I have to get used to this formula or something, but I feel like for $75, you better be doing my laundry. You better be making my meals. But I love the brand, I really do. Okay, so now I'm going to go on top of that with the lighter shade and kind of use it as a brightener. Yeah, man, this little thing. I'm gonna just take the beauty blender and I'm gonna do my normal pouncing and see. I want to hear a little bit about your fears and how you like overcame them and what you're doing now that you would not have otherwise done if you were still fearful. And talk to me. I want to make it like a little community that we have here, like where we share. Mental health is a really big deal, and I know that we haven't been, over the years it was very frowned upon. So, you know, especially in the Caribbean, it would always be like, oh, she's crazy or he's crazy, and we never really understood quite how important it is. But really, it is like it really is. Our mental health should really take as much priority as our like physical health, because honestly, if you have a heart disease in your mental, or if you have like cancer in your mental, it's so not, it's not good, man. And like, we have to heal. Like, we have to go through it. We have to recognize that it's a thing. And I think that a lot of us should try to be a little bit more sensitive when we are you know, talking about certain topics. We just don't know what people are going through, and we really should try to do our best to support each other and not necessarily taunt or bring down or, you know, make anybody feel anything that they don't want to feel. So yeah, so I will go under my eye and I'll just take a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Powder, just a little bit, like a little bit, and I'll just tap it right in the area, like directly underneath my eye. I don't generally contour my nose, but what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of the concealer and just bring it down, blend it out, and then I'll put some of the Laura Mercier powder going down there just to set it a little bit. Right, so I'm just gonna let that dry down a little bit. For eyes today, I want to go in with a new palette that I got. It's this Charlotte Tilbury, the Icon palette. I honestly didn't even set my concealer. As you can see, there's a little bit of creasing there, but this shadow is not joking. It really is going on stunning. This is so buttery. Like, Charlotte Tilbury, Natasha Denona, and Pat McGrath are my favorite brands for eyeshadows. I've actually really been enjoying JD Glow Cosmetics as well with their Galaxy shadows and their shimmers. I'm actually just going to take a little bit of, this is a, what is this? This is a gel lip liner, but I'm actually going to take this on a brush. This is from Sephora, and I'm just going to take this like that, and I'm just going to run it right here. Now the reason I'm doing that is just, I just want to add a little, I want to open the eyes up a little bit more. And I just feel like having like a brown liner type thing smudged and not like necessarily have it like, and not have it so structured. I feel like that will add everything that I need. So it just gives it that little bit of nothing fancy, nothing out there. We just want to open the eye a little bit. So it's almost like I'm moving my lash line. Now that the eyes are almost done, I'm going to go ahead and blend out this concealer in the middle of my head. Once that is sufficiently blending out, you see what's happening there? I'm going to then pounce on my forehead with the Morphe sponge. I always say the process of makeup is a back and forth process. Like we have to go back and forth, back and forth. We're going to move on to the Morphe Bronzer, and I'm just going to do my contour as usual. I just want the look to be very nice and natural today, and not necessarily something that is too much. But what I do like to do is take the Sephora Microsmooth powder, and I like to just press it into the rest of the face. That way, setting my makeup gives me a nice little, like I have color all over, and it's not, especially on days like today where I'm not trying to do too much with like the bronzer or the contour or whatever, and I'm still trying to like have a skin-like look. I find that it, like you can still see, and if I want a line, I can do that. This area is gonna pop a little bit more after I put on my highlighter and my blush, but in terms of just setting the rest of the face, that's the reason why I'm going with the same brush that I use. This Sephora powder though, honestly, is so finely milled, you get like almost an airbrush finish. And then once I'm done with that and I'm like kind of happy with the color and everything, I go in with a bigger brush and I just pack the powder on there to give myself just more of like a, I don't put too much product on my forehead just because I feel like my forehead is that area that does not cooperate. It's that stepchild that does not like or doesn't want to be a part of the family. It's the mother-in-law that does not like her daughter-in-law. Gee, thank God I don't have that problem. Today I'm going in with a new mascara. It is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I've heard really good things about this, so let's see. I like it so far. It's kind of reminding me of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I really, really love. I wouldn't say it separates. Can you see that? Probably not. I wouldn't say it separates. I would say that it lengthens and it clumps it up a little bit. Okay. I was gonna put falsies on, but I actually don't think I need it. Yeah, I actually don't think I need it. For cheeks today, I am going to... Charlotte Tilbury has a... This is a palette that I recently got as well. It's an instant look in a palette, 5-minute face on the go Beauty Glow palette. She has a cheek product in here, but okay, so full transparency, I have been out for the last 8 hours. The camera stopped, and it stopped, I think when I looked at it, it stopped right when I was talking about the cheek, well, this palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This I couldn't use. I tried it, so I had to resort back to my favorite, the MAC Warm Soap. So after that, what I used on my lips is 513 Lip Maestro. It's really, really good. I've been wearing it for the last, I think I had to reapply it after like 2-3 hours, but I also paired it with this. So what I did was I put this on first. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, one of my favorites, but it doesn't, I can't wear it alone. It's not suited to my skin tone to be worn solo. So what I did was I put this on first. I used the Sephora lip liner to line my lips. I put this on and then I just put this in the center. So it came out something looking like this. And that's it. That is the final look. So I'm sorry that the camera cut out, but I really had to go. But I just wanted to sit down and let you guys know what happened. And also my face, actually, let me talk a little bit about this palette that I tried out for the first time today. This Icon palette by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it went on beautifully. The issue, I think, was after about 3 or 4 hours, the color started to fade a little bit. Now I know that her style is not like out there like that. That's the best way I can describe it. But I just feel like these shades, these 3 shades that I use, didn't perform how I would want them to perform. So I will be testing it out some more because they go on really, really, really good. They're very easy to blend, as I was explaining earlier. But I just didn't find that it lasted for the entire day like I would have hoped. So there was that. What else did I talk about today? This is turning into a wear test that I really did not intend on, but you know. This, I actually really, really love this mascara. It goes on like, I just want to put some more on now. Like, I don't even know why. And the thing is, it's been on, it's not flaking, it's not moving. Like, I just feel like all day my eyes have been lifted, they're open. I'm just really happy with that product. The next thing I tried was this, and I mixed it with SmashBox. This is the It Cosmetics CC cream, and I mixed it with the SmashBox Studio Skin 15-hour wear. They appeared really well together. I didn't have to retouch today in terms of, I didn't get like oily or anything like that. So I really, really like them as a pair. What else did I try today? I also tried out the Brow Power by It Cosmetics, and I really liked it as well. I don't know where it is right now, but that was one of the products that I really, really enjoyed at first glance. And when I tried to swatch it on my hand, I didn't like it, but when I applied it, it went on really well. As far as the Tom Ford concealers go, these are way too expensive, and I just don't think that you need them. But if you have the money to splurge, go right ahead. It's Tom Ford, so it's luxury. It's an experience just putting it on. But if not, the Too Faced is a really, really good concealer. I think the texture is much better in terms of like coverage. I don't get the full coverage bit with the Tom Ford. I don't get as much as I get with this one, and even the good old faithful Maybelline Age Rewind. This is a drugstore concealer. It is raved about. It really is awesome. So if you're on a budget, this is probably the best way to go, I think. The last thing is, I tried sort of baking my under eye. I didn't fully bake, but I tried like putting some of the Laura Mercier powder underneath my eye, and I actually don't like it because I don't know if you can see, but it has increased the visibility of the lines underneath my eyes. And when I just set it with the MAC Studio Fix, it never happens. So I am not really going to be doing that again, even though I do like how it brightened under here. But again, I've been wearing it for a really long time, and everything is kind of fading now. So I think that's it for products that I tried out today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.